ever wanted to say something to someone and have them say something back? Welcome to Candid Conversations. Let's chat. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 223 of Candid Conversations. We are in the building with Max Suavo. How's it going, King?
Really going great, man. Really
All
great.
right.
All engines fired.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I really like the brightness that you're wearing right now because it's bringing more of the season that's coming towards light. You know what I mean?
There you
I got my orange and my red on, my yellow, and my red on right now, trying to rush the actual spring season here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Energy, man. More energy. Yeah,
exactly,
absolutely.
that's what's up. So we're just trying to make that happen. In that being said,
Yeah.
oh man, I got your bio. You have quite the extensive bio.
Yeah.
I mean I saw the picture gallery. It's not like this is your first rodeo. So
Right.
we'll sum up the last year, like from now to a calendar year back. What was something that is a notable mention of what you've accomplished in the last year?
This last year, basically was really focusing on some shows and a new CD, a new song.
Okay.
So I did some bigger shows in New York earlier part of this year.
Okay.
And as far as the CD is concerned, I'm working on two songs right now. They've been taking a lot of my time. So for I'd say the last year, last 6 months to a year, I've been working on that, and I expect to release it in about 2 months.
Okay. Okay. Now I have some songs here for you. We're gonna get into that later. But sorry. Where is it that you're hailing from?
Yeah, man, right out the halfway tree. Um,
Okay.
Born in Kingston, and I grew up in the Kencott area. Um, yeah, Mullines Road, halfway tree area.
How far from St. Mary is that?
Oh, ouch. I think that's maybe about 2 hours.
Okay. Okay.
And the
Oh,
mountain's a little bit a better road now, so maybe shorter, but I'd say about 2 hours.
okay. Okay. We got family out in by Anato Bay and family out in Portland.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So I've been driving around Portland for a few times last month, and then I get to know that area. Before I had no idea about you know Port Antonio and those areas, except for the last, I'd say, like I said, a month. Been driving around there. Anato Bay, driving through there. So I'd say from Kingston up there's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Um. Recently, there was some inclement weather, we'll call it.
Yeah.
How is the country doing since then?
Well, somehow Jamaica always seems to kind of miss the hurricanes.
Okay.
Even if they have even if it does hit, it doesn't hit as bad. And then the way how they construct the houses with all heavy duty cement, it really doesn't affect it that much, except it might blow off some roofs. And then again, the people have cement roofs, so the building code's been really set up to deal with all those hurricanes. And then they don't have tornadoes, so it's just hurricane and rain,
Okay.
flooding. So far, I'd say the last 6 months to a year, it really haven't really had any really bad. I have some flooding in a few places, but not so bad.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Um. Well, hopefully things get better as the days go by.
Yeah.
The music side. I always ask this question just to get an idea, and I find it's like it's always around the same age. But when was your first interaction with music that you can remember?
Yeah. I would say in the church, this is a general answer. It's the fact of what it is, Church
Hmm.
always start people up. So I'd say about 7, 8, 9, 10 in those areas at the church singing, in
Okay.
groups and sometimes alone. And I realized that people like the performance, so then it started to do it a little more. Yeah, and
Okay.
then that was like I said, maybe about 10, 11. And then after that, went into high school. We started a little band in high school called the
Nice.
Classiques Band. And we started off from there. We're probably about 15, 16 years old. And that's kind of like where we started off.
Okay. All right. Have you been in touch with your former band members recently?
No, no, because the one moved to England and the other one is actually in Florida. So we kind
Okay.
of we kind of separate out for quite a while. I
All
mean,
right.
we still have contact, but not as close as before.
Okay. Okay. Well, life goes on, and the road to success is always under construction. So
Yeah, that's a good one. That's true.
I have to live by it because if you see some of the behind the scenes, you'd be wondering how it looks so neat up here.
Yeah, that's right.
Some of it's just stage, man. Some of it's just stage, and I try to keep it as true as possible. You know what I mean? True north, strong, and free, and all that. So
Make it
when
real.
when it
Make it
comes
real.
to when it comes to the whole production side of things, what is your favorite part of it?
Favorite, well, I'm a singer, so the favorite part is just definitely the singing part.
Hmm.
The part I most dislike is the marketing part,
Uh-huh.
and trying to do the bookings and all that. That's some serious legwork. But my favorite part is singing and making the melody. Just creating melodies. Um,
Okay.
even some bass lines I play with that, some horn section. I like to add some of that, to suggest or to have the musicians play a certain way, and it usually comes out pretty good.
All right. We're getting close to our commercial break, so I gotta let you know that this episode of Candid Conversations is brought to you in part by Expose the North. We go there and beyond. Culture Shock. We are the product. Culture Shock Radio. You're in the mix. Come get your fix. Culture Shock Magazine, the zine for those unseen in the scene, and VGN, the Village Global Network. We make the network servicing over 193 countries with listeners worldwide. Whew. Yeah. Also monitored by online radio box. We're gonna get into some music after the break. I think I have the song. Well, I know what song I have. Let me get this going. I have the song Civilization here, and we're gonna talk more about that when we get back after the break. We're here with Max Suavo. Am I saying that right? I think it should be saying
Suavo,
Suavo.
Suavo, yeah,
Suavo.
Suavo,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know where I got the Suavo from. My English is escaping me. Yeah, me I going like something in no alpha chat.
Yeah, a lot of people start off with that, and then they get it right after a few
Mm-hmm.
times. Suavo.
Mm-hmm. Suavo. All right, so we are here, episode 223 of Candid Conversations with Max Suavo. We will be right back after this quick break.
Big up.
All right, we are back. So civilization. Tell
Yeah.
me about that. Well, where were you when you came up with the song or that song?
Well, that's a little story behind that song, because we actually started off in that I was telling you about the band when we were teenagers. That
Hmm.
Civilization song started right there, around about 15, 16, 17. And I left it off for many, many years. I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years. And then about 5 years ago, I started working in it again. So that's after 15, 20 years. And then that's how come it gets started. It's that's kind of like the time base of that song.
Okay. All right. So let's play the song Civilization.
What has it brought? Seems like we're still very far. Seems like we've lost the way. Some I say, it's just the price we pay. Corruption, pollution, this is just here to stay. But some a day, we've got to lead the way. United we stand, a better world defined. But we're sparring. We should be talking. Say no matter what the case, put a smile on your face. Jumping in the golden sparring. We should be talking. We should be bubbling. Jamming till the rebels are jamming in Chicago. If we look it up above, the solution is a love. One love is love now. Civilization. What has it taught us? Seems like we text but don't talk. Just drift away. Robots getting wiser. Take my 9 to 5 away. But keep a smile on your face. We still got the human race. But we're sparring.
Okay. Civilization. Where can they find that song?
That song is all over the place, social media. You can get it at Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, CD Baby, Amazon, just about anywhere you can think of as far as social media is concerned. It's there.
All right. We have Give Me Some Time up next. And I mean, as an artist, I can relate to that phrasing right there. Because, sometimes you have a show that you got to prepare for. Then you got an appearance that you got to do while you got to submit a bio for this project. And, you know what I mean? Find a marketing campaign for that song. And it's just give me some time. So.
Yeah. It's it's a love song. And you have times when you need a little time, to make up your mind, and that's really what this song is all about, So,
Okay.
you might in a relationship and you want to move faster than the next person, so you have to slow down a little bit and make it happen.
All right. So come and play the track. Give me some time.
Yes, I.
This love affair, thought it was unthinkable for you and I to live without each other in this life. This love affair, I want to dedicate my life to you. I thought about love in the nick of time. This love affair. Said for years you've been looking up the diamond ring. Now you're looking for a man who will waste your time. Yeah. That's why I say this now. Ba ba boom. Straight out of town, yeah. Got to find a lady. But do you think I'm crazy? I got the diamond, baby. Wanted to have my baby. Just give me some time, yeah. This love affair. Say it's not feasible. Need to ride 2 hours every night to be by your side. This love affair. My queen's on the east, my lover in the west. Every time I set to leave, I see the tears in your eyes. Shiloh, Shiloh, Shiloh. Says she found a man that seems so true. She going to a place her love to pursue. This love affair, baby. You loving me is like a dream come true. But now you say you wanna start a love that's new. I didn't want you to see me cry, but I just can't hide it no more. So baby girl, it's up to you. I'm leaving my heart to your
Okay.
love. In this love affair, just give me some time, girl.
Yeah,
So,
man.
hey, certain things are going, yes?
Whole heap of things are going on.
Okay, okay. So, man, I'm just looking at it and I'm listening to like I got caught listening. You know, sometimes
That's a good. That's a good one.
because I'm looking for music. I'm also building a playlist because I'm looking for music for a wedding coming up, and I'm just like, okay, okay, that's there's definitely some vibes to that right there.
Yeah,
So, um,
got
I guess
caught listening. I like it.
yeah, man, it's definitely got a feeling to it. So, where is your favorite place to create music?
Oh man. While a lot of my songs actually got created while I'm either in the gym or walking around in the woods. Just doing my exercise, walking a few miles on the block. You know, walking in the woods. that
Okay.
that most of that CD, my Civilization CD, was actually created as walking around in the woods.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Getting inspiration from nature. That's
yeah,
nice. All right. Well, we are on episode 223 of Candid Conversations. We are here with Max Suavo. Suavo. Oh, and my phone's ringing, but I can't answer it, so I'm just gonna hit end. All right. Cool.
yeah, man.
Life
So,
doesn't stop because I'm on a live, ladies and gentlemen. This stuff just happens more, if anything. So you'll have to bear with me as I deal with what it throws at me. We will be right back, monitored by Online Radio Box. This is Candid Conversations, episode 223. All right, we are back. Got to take care of some paperwork right
yeah.
quick here.
So I noticed, in English, we have like two different ways to pronounce A, right? Like A's and A, like suavo, A,
Yeah.
and then you may have maybe a sway is still using A, but it's all sway,
Hmm.
sway. But in Spanish, I'm learning a little bit of Spanish. It's always the same A, swa.
Okay.
The A is never pronounced the other way. So it's a little easier for the Spanish people, suavo. As a matter of fact, some people don't even call me Max. They just call me Suavo. In Michigan, for example,
Okay.
folks know me
Okay.
as Suavo.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. Suavo it is.
Yeah.
All right. So we have some more of your tracks here. We got In Love Again and More Than Friends. Um, let's see. We're in the second, third. Yeah. So we're gonna play In Love Again and then cross over into More Than Friends.
Yes.
Of course, when I say we're gonna play the song and you hit play, it's usually nice to hear the song play. So let's try this again.
Which one are
Okay.
you going to play first?
I was going for In Love Again.
In Love Again.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's try. It's try. There we go.
this love I get. Oh, no. She's on the wrong way to say I do. That will have a party. She's got the groove. She done got to go. I and I queen. Whoa, this love I get.
More than friends.
Yes, sir.
Now you wanna be just friends. I love you. Really wanna hold you, girl. Is that me touch you, girl? Come back to me, baby. I do. I love my situation. So why you wanna be just friends? It's a private shit. You don't need me anymore. We've been together through all kinds of weather. You make me feel so right. But now you wanna be a friend. Really wanna hold you, girl. Please let me touch you, girl. Come back to me, baby. I knew I love must be true. So I wanna be just my love for you was so I even put out your touch. Now you play me for a fool. But baby, it's not okay. Who's gonna give me something? 'Cause now you wanna be just friends.
So the melody is just like it's just there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the vibe is there. The
Yeah.
it's feel good music. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
even when I started to play it, I was gonna play it for a little bit and then cross out and then talk to you more about it. But like the feeling that I was enjoying while listening to the music, I had to keep listening to the music.
Yeah, that's really cool, man.
You
That's
know what I
really
mean?
cool. That's really cool commentary.
That's just what it is.
Real.
This is my first time hearing some of it. You know what I mean? But like from what I've heard, I've really enjoyed a lot of it. So if not all of it,
Yeah.
yeah. There's only a couple of songs left that we have to play, and we
Yeah.
will get into that. But what would you like your listeners to take away from your music?
Well, the main thing about my music is for everybody, the whole family. It's good, clean music. And, it's kind of contrast with some of the stuff they're playing out right now. So, I just want to make sure that, we'll go back to the old days, where you still have contemporary efforts, contemporary style, but at the same time, everybody can enjoy the music. Um, and what I like is a little bit of everything. It's you touch different genres. It's a melting pot of genres, really.
Hmm.
If you listen to the whole album, and what I want people to take away is that's what I'm trying to radiate. And there's always a lesson in these songs too. It's more like either a cultural lesson or it just could be a lesson about either love or something else, but it's make the world a better place,
Hmm.
make the community a better place and relationships better. There's always a positive message behind it. It's kind of like Bob Marley in a way, and I'm always have some strong message in the background that we listen to the words, and the lyrics you can take away from it.
That's what's up. And there will be more of this in-depth conversation with Suavo when we get back. Candid Conversations, episode 223. We're in the building, monitored by online radio box, brought to you in part by Culture Shock Magazine, Culture Shock Radio, and Expose the North, along with the Village Global Network. Okay, all right. So this is the segment where I flip the script.
Yeah.
And when I flip the script, I give the guest the opportunity to be the host and say whatever they have to say or ask any questions they may have. So, Suavo, you have the floor. Suavo, you have the floor
Swallow.
as we
Yeah.
Suavo. You
Yeah,
have the
man.
floor as we flip the script.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I like the main words of what you're doing called candid. And it just means, hey, it's open, it's real. Let's talk. Whatever comes to your mind. My question would be, how did what made you come up with this? What motivated you to come up with this name, candid, or this idea?
I was actually having a candid conversation with the artist I work with by the name of Private Name, Private Number.
Mhm.
And we were talking about how I could expand my brand because I was already doing a podcast called The Terrell Effect where I interviewed musicians and talked about the music. But we decided that it would be better to get to know the artists behind the art on
Mhm.
this show. So we take some more time to go into the artist's life personally and get to know them better as an individual because we find that once you say you're an artist, you kind of get pigeonholed into a particular perspective. So it's like
Yeah.
once you say you're a music artist, it's like you can't be a carpenter or an electrician or a welder or any of those other things. You're just some
Wow.
slacker trying to make it kind of thing. And I really think it's an unfair
Mhm.
perspective to have or to have to deal with. So I
Mhm.
figured doing this show we can show more of the capacity of the creatives.
Right. Nice. 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 So, do you sing yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Do you have like an LP or CD or something out, or just some
I
singles?
released I released an album in 2020. I've released about 60 songs over the course of the last I want to say 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm actually working on a new genre of music coming up. I've done a few different songs in a few genres that are outside of the stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have a death metal song on deck, and I
Mm-hmm.
have a drum and bass song on deck.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got to talk to the producers, Driving Under Insanity, and DJ Aram, so I can get all the licensing and all of that stuff ready for it.
Okay. So, do you
But
do
yeah,
like these festivals? I mean, where are you? Where are you originally? Where are you located?
I'm located in Welland, Ontario.
Ontario.
I'm actually working on three events. One in June on the 6th, one in July in and around mid July, and one in August, the second week,
Oh wow.
second weekend of August.
Wow. I'll keep you busy.
Yes.
Yeah. I know there are a lot of festivals in, especially the southern parts of Canada,
Hmm.
southeast. Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah. So you mentioned genres earlier. I mean, where do you see reggae music going? I mean, you have Spanish doing their reggaeton. You have Africa do Afro beats, and then you have dancehall. You got roots music. Where do you see this all going for Jamaica reggae?
I see reggae as the cranberry of the fruit kingdom, if you will. I don't know what your grocery stores are set up like, but you notice how there's like cranberry, then there's cran grape, and then there's cran raisin, and there's cran, like, you know what I mean? There's
Oh,
all
okay.
those different varieties, but they
Right.
all have the cranberry in it.
Yes, yes.
So that's how I see Jamaican reggae.
Oh,
It's gonna
okay.
be influencing all of those different genres by
Mhm.
like by connecting with them. Because like even though I mean, even when you go back to like the Sean Pauls and the um no, I'll use Sean Paul as an example, just because I'm familiar with more of his catalog. He sometimes gets a bad rap for being a commercial reggae artist, right?
Yeah,
But at the same time, he's bridged so many gaps
yeah.
in music using reggae. Like he's always shown up as a reggae artist, but he's been on the track with Beyonce. He's been on tracks with some of the more known names in the industry that
Hmm.
are in other genres from reggae.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So I see that, I've seen that for the last 20 some odd years, and I've always wondered why reggae doesn't have a more respected presence
Hmm.
in the industry, kind of
Hmm.
thing. Because a lot of stuff, like if they're not taking the vibe, they're taking the lyrics. If they're not taking the lyrics, they're taking the cadence. If they're not taking the cadence, they're taking the melody.
Yeah,
Like you,
exactly.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
something's coming out of the art. So
right. Yeah. How much time you spend in Jamaica?
me, I have been to Jamaica. The last time I was in Jamaica, I was 12 years old.
Okay.
I'm working on an agricultural product out a project out there, but because of the things that I have going on here with the production company, it's hard for me to leave and not miss a step.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm
Mhm.
working on trying to support some schools down in Jamaica too. My high school is Tarrant High School,
Okay.
and then my primary school is down in St. Elizabeth, called Thornton Primary School. And so I like to do, when I do any concerts, I have the proceeds go to these couple of schools, donate to them. And then we
Okay.
have actually have a group down in southern Florida that they have, past student association down in Fort Lauderdale for Tarrant High School. So, people can give freely whatever they have, towards the high school. So
All
uh,
right.
keep
All right.
them big that up and shout out for that as well.
Okay. So how would anybody be able to donate? Like what contact would they use to donate?
Well, they can go through Tarrant High School, and
Okay.
they have a link there, Tarrant High School, or you can go through maxsuavo.com. We can do it that way too.
Okay. MaxSuavo.com. Check out MaxSuavo.com. Be generous with your contributions, and you know what I mean. Let's try to make some things happen.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the second last segment of Candid Conversations. We do have some more music coming up. Um, we have Where Did Love Go and You Believed in Me. One's featuring, give me a second here. Where Did Love Go is featuring King Mellowman
Hmm.
and someone else that I can't see because my King Adaman and Animal Records.
Yeah. Animal
And then
Records.
yeah, You Believed in Me is featuring Jaywalk, Danny Crump, and Woody Ingram.
Yeah.
I'll give everybody their roses. We will be right back after this quick message. This is Candid Conversations, episode 223. If you're watching live, it's on at YouTube on youtube.com/@ EXPOSETHENORTH 8741. YouTube.com/@ Expose the North 8741. Check us out, like, subscribe, share, do all the social media things. It takes nothing and costs nothing. And we're back. All right. 30.
Swabble in the house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right,
That's it.
let's get to that track. Where did love go? This is a completely different energy here.
Yeah, exactly.
We could rise matter that bears your name. How could people go from the feelings that words can describe to a place of not even caring if I'm being alive? So come now, girl, tell me now, girl, the love that you shared, did it fade away? Fade away, yeah, fade away. So come now, girl, the love that you shared, the midst of the words, did it fade away? Fade away, where did love? Where did love go? Where did love go? Where can I let it flow? Quisiera saber en qué te fallé, si todo lo que soñaba con tu adiós se fue. Ya no importa todo aquello que construimos, los cimientos no eran firmes, fue tan fácil destruirlo. Some say love is a timeless energy, it never dies, it just changes form. Did it change from the shape of you and me to a shape of a raging storm? Maybe there could be a reason to forgive and forget. In this world filled with malice, do you want to take a chance? Say, come on. You believe in me. I guess there's no other way to say this right.
We just went from dancehall to gospel. Okay.
Sometimes I feel like letting it slide, but you believe in me, helping me on, making me strong, saving lives for your life, for you forever, now and forever. I can make believe you are with me, my hero. Let's keep it real. This world keeps you down, it's for sure. Right now it's too hard to see, but you gave me the strength to endure. You came at me, can't believe you believe in me. It is for sure. You believe in me.
Well, I believe in you too, sir. That was. I haven't heard any. Like I said, whenever I play these songs or I get the songs from the origin, I wait until we go on the show to listen to them so they can get my genuine reaction. I don't like putting on. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
I
That's
did
really
not
cool.
know what I was gonna get when I hit that crossfader. No idea. And as I'm listening to this, you bridge so many gaps of music. Like the first one had a little bit of a hip hop vibe, and then you had a little bit of a R&B vibe, then you got the dance hall vibe, then you got the gospel. This one is gospel. I don't know if you see it as that, but like when I hear this, I can picture a whole church swaying. You know what I mean? As the pastor or the deacon is getting the band ready to go with that lead-in music. You know what I'm talking about? How they have that yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's where I see that one right there. That's next level church stuff right there.
Yeah. It's more like I started it off kind of like it's more like a graduation song. You know, it's kind of like a showing appreciation for helping me through this whole episode of schooling and everything else. So showing appreciation. That's kind of like the background and the basis of it.
Okay.
Showing appreciation. And you can make it, I guess you could look at it as gospel too, because gospel is always promoting showing appreciation.
Yes, 100%. And that's not to take away from like what you intended when you designed it, but as a listener, like it gives me if I were to market it, I'd market it as a gospel song.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, because like I can see what you're saying now that you've explained what your intention was of it. but
Right.
like I still see it as a gospel song. It's just there. Like for whatever it's worth, run it by a pastor. He might want to give it to his church.
Right. Right. You're right about that. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, you never know. Let me know how it turns out. We do a
Yeah.
year end show called the Celebration of Celebrations, and I like to invite anybody who's been on the podcast to say their piece or send me any updates or even appear live if they're available. It excuse me, it happens on New Year's Eve, so I can understand if there's other things happening on the schedule. But if you could, if you'd like to participate, closer to the time, we'll keep in contact, and closer to the time, I'll give you the information that you require. But it's just
Yeah.
make a submission, and we do the rest.
Absolutely. Oh, that sounds fantastic. I'd definitely be interested in that, man.
All right, all right. So, was there anything else you wanted to say before we ended this podcast?
Yeah, I just say thank for everybody at listeners listening out there and promoting the reggae music and following up on what's going on in the reggae world, and much appreciation for that. And have people take a look at my music. Get online, and YouTube is the main one, and just listen to the whole album. It's really 16 songs. It's got some cover songs in there too from D Brown and other folks that I added in there as cover songs, so you can take a listen to that as well. Yeah, man.
All right, and the title of the album?
Title of the album is Civilization. Civilization.
All right, check out the album Civilization on all streaming platforms, YouTube. Leave the man a message, subscribe, like, comment, share, do all of the social media things. It takes nothing and costs even less. Suavo, I'll
Yeah,
get it right the next time we have a conversation. Keep me updated on what's going on. I like what you're doing, love what you're doing. Keep making that music. We need to
yeah.
flood the airwaves with this kind of positivity.
Got it, brother. Got it. Got it. Will
All
do.
right. All right. Bless up.
Yeah, man. Bless up. Bless up.